Top 10 Most Awesome Finishing Moves in Wrestling History. Number 10. The DDT. Innovated by Jake the Snake Roberts, the DDT is simply executed by grabbing the opponent in a front face lock, and falling back to drive the opponent's head into the mat. Simple and vicious. It looks devastating, and it was new when Roberts began performing it. It has also stood the test of time, as many wrestlers have adopted the move into their repertoire. There's a good reason for that. It looks cool, and it really looks like it can damage the recipient. Number 9. The Go to Sleep. Japanese pro wrestler Kenta created the move, but out here in the Western world, we know this move as CM Punk's devastating finishing move. CM Punk has a great all-around move set, but the GTS really caps it off in a great way. While Punk's mic ability is what truly made him a top star in the WWE, his great arsenal and finishing moves cannot be discounted in deciphering why fans have been so entertained with Punk. Number 8. Spear and Jackhammer. When a wrestler begins his career 173-0 with a finisher, it belongs amongst the all-time greats. A former football player, Goldberg took WCW by storm, taking out a new victim week after week. The spear looked devastating enough, as Goldberg would crouch in a corner, wait for his opponent to get up and drive his shoulder into the ribs of his opponent, much like a football tackle. Goldberg would then signify for the end, which was the jackhammer. Number 7. The F5. Brock Lesnar seemed destined to be a big star from the moment he set foot in the squared circle. Another move that begins with a fireman's carry, the F5 is executed when the wrestler throws the opponent's legs out in front of him while simultaneously falling himself, causing the opponent to land on his face and upper body. F5 is in a devastating tornado. Number 6. The Rock Bottom and People's Elbow. The Rock took a fairly simple move and took it to greater heights due to his unmatched charisma and electrifying persona. The Rock Bottom is simply a side slam, where the wrestler stands face to face with his opponent, slightly to his side, then tucks his own head under the opponent's arm and reaches across the chest with his near arm over the far shoulder. The People's Elbow is a perfect testament to The Rock's flair. It's one of the most ridiculous finishing moves in wrestling history, yet somehow the Great One made it great. A simple elbow drop mixed in with throwing an elbow pad into the crowd, running both ropes and dropping it. Nothing complicated here, but still amazing. Number 5. The Sharpshooter. The name sounds cool enough, and when you see it, man does it hurt. Bret Hitman Hart performed this move with such perfect execution. It has become perhaps the most famous submission move in wrestling history, and it wouldn't have happened without Hart. Many have used the move, including the late Owen Hart, The Rock, and recently Natalya, Bret Hart's niece. Number 4. The Pedigree. Originally known as a double underhook facebuster, Triple H adopted this move when debuting with the WWE in 1995. He may not have had the perfect gimmick right away, but he sure had an impressive finisher throughout his entire career. The Pedigree has stood the test of time, as Triple H, nearly 20 years into his WWE career, still uses it when he occasionally wrestles. Number 3. Sweet chin music. It can come as quick as a hiccup, or it could be built up and anticipated with fan participation. When broken down, it's a simple sidekick to the jaw, but it looks amazing, and when executed by perhaps the greatest performer in the history of wrestling, it takes on a life of its own. Shawn Michaels always made the move look amazing, and it seemed to get bigger and bigger as the years went by because of the amount of sizzle that went with it. Number 2. Stone Cold Stunner. No move ever got a bigger reaction from the audience. It was quick, could come out of nowhere, and it was delivered by the biggest superstar in the industry. Stone Cold Steve Austin took a simple cutter and brought it to unprecedented heights. It's not the most impressive looking finisher, but no move got the fans louder. It's also perhaps the only move where the one taking the stunner is just as important as Austin. Number 1. Tombstone Pile Driver. No finishing move or name ever fit a character more than the Tombstone Pile Driver fit The Undertaker. For so many years, no man got up from the tombstone. Kane, HBK, Triple H, and CM Punk are the only guys who spring to mind who have done so. When executing the move, his signature throat slash signifies it's coming. Adding to the fire is the fact that he is 21-0 at WrestleMania, with many of his victories accomplished with this move. Its longevity plays a huge part in this being the greatest finishing move in wrestling history. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.